Hi. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of my domestic abuse stories where my significant other gave me this here scar. I don't know how well you can see it, but it stretches here. It's pretty large of a scar. So how this ended up happening was we were arguing, I don't remember about what, but I locked myself in the room. He ended up breaking into the room. He was being aggressive and violent. I was going to call 911, but he took my phone, and so I didn't have my phone anymore. I can't remember if he broke it that time or threw it down the wall, or just took it. But I've been through several phones with this man. I didn't have my phone. I couldn't call the police, so I ran downstairs because I knew I had to get out because he was becoming violent. And I went to the front door. He beat me to the front door, so I couldn't leave through the front door. So I ran to the back door. I was able to open the back door, and I was heading out when he came up to the back door, and he kicked the door as hard as he could. And the door is metal plated, and I was already halfway out. So when he kicked it, it ended up hitting my forehead. I don't know if I was looking back or how it happened exactly, but the door hit my forehead and busted my forehead open. I grabbed a towel, I put a towel on it. It just bled all over my face. The towel filled with blood. I looked in the mirror, and I looked like a crime scene or a murder horror story. It was awful. And so I couldn't call 911. My significant other ended up calling 911, and they sent an ambulance and officers over here. And then he curled up in the corner and he started crying. And this is where the true magic of a true abuser happens, where I was the victim, but somehow he turned himself into the victim. He sat in the corner and he cried, and he talked about what a piece of shit he was. These are his words, where he said, I deserve to die, I'm going to get arrested, and I deserve it. If they don't arrest me, I'm going to kill myself, what I did to you. I'm a piece of shit, I'm so sorry. Now granted, he is sorry. He did not mean to put a scar on my forehead, but he did mean to kick the door. He did mean to hold me hostage in the house. He did mean to take my phone so I couldn't call for help. He did mean to break into the bedroom so I had to feel like I had to escape. He did mean to do all of this. He just didn't mean for me to get that hurt. But it was on purpose. But like an idiot, caught in the moment, being a stupid girl, I let him turn himself into the victim while he was sitting there crying, talking about how he was going to kill himself and cut his wrists and all that stuff. And I immediately felt like I had to help him, because when you hear the love of your life and someone you love so dearly talk about wanting to kill themselves because they accidentally hurt you, you feel like you have to console them. And that's exactly what I did. So there I was, trying to comfort him while I was sitting there bleeding out everywhere. He managed to turn himself into the victim while I bled out. That is the true skill of an abuser. And that is something you definitely need to look for and definitely need to recognize, even though by the time you recognize it, it's usually too late. And the police have already gone, and you told them it was an accident story, even though it was on purpose, because they are that skilled to manipulate you. And then when you wake up the next morning and you think, why the hell did I do that? It's too late. You can't tell him now, like, oh yeah, I lied, it was on purpose. He did do that on purpose. He just didn't mean for me to get that hurt. So I hope that girls can learn from this. I hope that people can learn from my story and see how easily you get tricked into turning the abuser into the victim and get stuck in this abusive cycle. Because after that, it's all apologies and flowers and wonderful for months and years until it happens again. So that's my story on how I got my lovely domestic abuse scar.